Thanks, JT, for joining us. I know that you guys had your day with the Cup. You guys had all that stuff in the summer, but I saw the Avs put out that video the other day of, I believe it was you and Logan just taking it around town, right?
Yeah.
Just stopping into random places. What I loved about that is you guys walked into like an ice cream shop and everybody's eyes just light up the entire time. That was really cool. What was that like for you guys, just taking it around town and surprising people with the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, it was a fun day. We did Bonnie Bray ice cream, and then we went downtown for a little bit and did Union Station, Larimer Square. It was a fun day. It was cool to see people's reactions when they didn't know it was coming because it was all impromptu. So
when you guys were at Union Station, you guys were hanging over the edge of the balcony up there. I have to imagine if Bednar or Sakic saw that, he'd be like, "Get off now! Stop dangling those legs over
yeah, I don't
the edge."
think that the restaurant up there was super happy with us either, but we kind of just went for it, and it turned out to be a pretty cool picture.
Yeah, it did.
How was your private party with the Cup this summer? What did you do?
It was fun. I brought it back to Northbrook, Illinois, where I'm from, and did all kind of the normal things like parents' house and where I grew up, and just a lot of family time. And obviously we ended up having some fun at night, but overall it was just a really fun day. Super packed. We got a lot in, and enjoyed every minute of it.
You know, you can see all the trophies. You can see the Larry O'Brien in the NBA, and you can see the Vince Lombardi and so on. Just something about the Stanley Cup, man. When people see it, Brett, like you were talking about, it creates a visceral reaction. Like the body chemistry changes, the eyes, the adrenaline, all that kind of thing. I'm sure it probably just never gets old, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great summer, and especially my day with the Cup, every person that saw it, just like you said, their eyes light up and super happy, and super like nice to just be around it. And like we were talking about, going around Denver and seeing all the reactions and people asking if it's real or what we're doing. It's just been a fun summer, and we really enjoyed it.
Yeah, they can't believe this. They're like, "Oh, this has got to be a fake thing."
Yeah, replica.
No, it's right here. This is it.
I have to ask you, going back to the Stanley Cup final, the goal by Nas in Tampa, the one that everybody was confused. Logan O'Connor shared with me that you and Logan were on the bench, and you guys noticed right away it went in.
Yeah.
And did everybody else just sort of like, "Hey, calm down, boys, we don't know what happened in that split second"?
I don't know if it was just the angle that I was at or what, but I saw it in the net, and I think you can see on the video Bo's behind the net, like pointing at it, and I probably felt like 5-10 seconds. It was probably like a second and a half, and I was like, whatever, like I see it, like let's go. We won the game, yeah.
You had moments though in back-to-back games where the thing I loved about your guys' team last year, everybody stepped up at some point to make a play. And you went in Game 6 in St. Louis, put together 2 goals. Next game, you put together another 2. What's it like just for you and everybody else on the team, knowing that you all had some sort of huge contribution to eventually winning the Stanley Cup and hoisting the trophy?
I mean, I think that's what it takes. Obviously, we're so lucky here in Denver to have the high-end skill that we have and the firepower that can come at you at any night. But it took everyone throughout the lineup, even guys that weren't playing, to be bought in and play their roles. Like the one I think of is Helmer's goal against St. Louis. Obviously, it took everyone, and I think that's what a winning team is about.
Was that the biggest eruption that you guys had? I mean, outside of winning the Stanley Cup, obviously, the final horn sounding. But if you can't choose that, was it Helm's goal that you guys went the most crazy maybe during the run? Was that it?
Yeah, I'd say so. Just how crazy of a finish it was. I didn't realize how little time was left. I thought there was maybe like 20-30 seconds left. So when I saw it go in and I looked up, I was like, it's over. Like, we did it. Yeah,
it's so amazing, man. And now here you are getting ready to try and defend, and we've been talking about it every day. Everybody's coming for you. I mean, from game 1, the Blackhawks will be here, but now everybody goes for the Stanley Cup champions. How do you guys again keep that hunger alive, keep that drive alive to try and fend everybody off? I asked Curtis about it. I said, it's kind of like a drug now that you've won. You want more of that, right? So how does it look going into the preseason here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just starts with today and with training camp and being focused on what's in front of us. You can't get too ahead of yourselves, and teams will come at us, but we love that. We're a competitive group. We'll be ready for any team that comes in here or wherever we go, and we still have a great group, and we're just trying not to think too far ahead. Just get back to training camp and get together and start building in the right direction.
Right, I know Coach Bennett wants you back, so you got to go to work. Sorry about that. Is Deerfield Mall still there, or is it torn down?
Yeah, Northbrook Court Mall right on the corner there.
No, it is. I used to work in Deerfield Mall back.
Is that
in the
near
day.
Skokie?
No,
not really, but
no.
close enough.
Yeah, I worked in Deerfield Mall. I heard they yanked it down or something.
Can I punch you in the solar plexus just to get the blood going?
What's that?
He wants to punch it.
Quick punch in the abs, if I could, just to get you going.
I don't want to break your hand. So.
That's perfect.
Good to see you, buddy.
All right,
Thanks
thanks,
so much.
guys.
JT.
JT
Nobody will
Compher
let me
there.
punch him.
Well, maybe Bo Byram's on his way, so maybe you can punch Bowen, and we'll see about that. How's that?
Somebody's got to let
I mean,
me.
is this going to be your exit question to everybody?
Why
here?
not?
Can I punch you in the
Are you a hockey player or not?
He was so like, what? There's no way that little guy just asked to punch me in the stomach, right? That didn't just happen.
Do you play? Are you a tough guy or not? I mean, seriously, these guys are willing to go toe to toe with anybody.
It's so funny because there's so many moments in them winning the cup that they all kind of blend together. Those were two massive games that he had.
I know.
Huge,
That game 6
huge.
followed by that game 1 of 4 goals.
But
being
that's what
put together.
he said. That's what it takes.
Yep.
It takes extraordinary play by every single member of the team at certain times during
Yeah.
that cup run.
Yep.
Well, I mean, almost everybody. I'm not. Did this guy do? He did something, right?
Well, at the parade, he did.
Oh, can we start there for a second? Because Bo Byram with us. Look, when we went to the parade, we had a radio tent right next to it, so we see you guys all go out there onto the stage. And you were one of the first guys out. And me and our producer, Marty, were standing there watching. We're like, ooh, Bo's feeling it. You almost took a header over the railing, dude. I mean, it
was awesome. So good.
We were terrified. We're like, somebody grab him. Make sure he doesn't fall.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I walked out to the wrong name. I was either late or whatever. They said Eric Johnson, and I came out.
So good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jared Bednar. Yeah.
But you know what, Bowen? You look back at your season, and there were some difficult times in the season. I mean, there was you're dealing with some injury, and you don't know what's going to happen, and so on and so forth, and then things clear up for you. But when I think back to let's say January, and then to late June, man, what an incredible 6 months for you, huh? Amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a full 180 in terms of, I guess, my health, where I was at mentally and everything. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if I was going to play again this year, again in my life. So to all of a sudden be playing in the Stanley Cup final was definitely a welcome sight, and it was a lot of fun. Getting to play in the Stanley Cup playoffs is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I was just so excited to be on the ice again and with my teammates and enjoying it.
Was there a moment in the final where you just sort of stood there and said, "Holy crap, I'm in the Stanley Cup final right now"?
I think there's definitely a few times, probably. I think the first time was like media day before Game 1. I think it was the day before Game 1. Because we had a lot of time off between the Edmonton series and the Tampa series, so it's kind of just like hanging around, like, what's going on? I don't know, this feels weird. And then all of a sudden it's like 500. I don't know how many media people were there, but there's a lot. And we're just getting barraged with questions. I was like, wow, we're in the Stanley Cup final. So that was pretty cool.
We just talked to JT, the goal by Nas in Tampa that nobody saw. You saw it. You're the first to
Yeah.
see it. What were you saying at the time to alert everybody?
Well, I was like directly behind the goal,
Sure.
like in our end of the ice, because I was going back for the puck, and then Darce came out and played it, which thank God he did. And then I was just like had a perfect view, and I saw Nas like make his move and shoot, and I could just see like the net flex, like where the puck went in, and the net flex. And then I was skating up, and nobody was really reacting. I was like, no, it's in. And then I like.
What'd the referee say? What'd the ref say?
I don't even remember like talking to a ref or seeing a ref, but they were like a bunch of people were around the net, and I just remember like I could see the puck stuck up there as I was skating up. So I was skating up, and then I think it was Stamkos like put his hand over it.
He did.
And obviously,
Yeah.
obviously he knew like it was going
So-
to count or whatever. But
So for me, I'm like, so here's what I did know. I knew it didn't get shot high. I knew it wasn't into the screen. I knew that Vasilevsky didn't have it. It had to be in. I mean, I didn't actually see it lodge up there, but I'm thinking to myself, that's your split second.
Yeah.
It's got to be in. He doesn't have it. It didn't go here. It didn't go there. There's no other choice. It's in. That's just kind of how it happened so fast. But you saw the whole dang thing.
yeah, exactly. Right away, I knew it was in 100%, and I could see the puck stuck up there from where I was. So it was a
Awesome.
pretty cool moment.
We talked to EJ last week, and speaking of knowing that they're goals, but there's still question marks about it. When you guys were playing Tampa and you scored a goal, how much was the bench like? Are you guys really going to discuss this one too?
Yeah.
And another one? And this one? And this one? Like every time you guys scored, they
Yeah.
had to go to some review.
Yeah, it felt like you said, every goal we scored, they were trying to question it for whatever reason. And whether it was valid or not, I don't want to get into that. But, yeah, it was just funny. I mean, I think that just kind of shows, like, how tight of a series it was and how hard it is to score in the Cup playoffs, and especially in the final against a really good team.
You know, I remember years ago, some guys when they're very young and they win the Stanley Cup, they're like, oh, wow. We can do this all the time. And then I'm sure other guys have told you, man, it's the hardest thing to do. And now you know it's the damn hardest thing to do in sports, in my opinion, the hardest trophy to win. So as a young dude getting ready to defend the Stanley Cup championship and looking forward to the rest of your career, I guess my question is, where do you go from here? How do you prepare to say, okay, I'm just beginning, but I need more of this throughout my career?
Yeah, for sure. I think on a personal standpoint, there's a lot of things I want to prove or accomplish in my career yet, so I've still got a long ways to go. I mean, I've only played 50 regular season NHL games, so I'm really just starting out, and to get a cup so early in my career is pretty cool, but now I got a chance to win a few more. I mean, we got a really good team, should have a good team for a long time, so it's an exciting time to be a part of this team.
As a fellow young D-man, you watch Cale Makar skate. Why does he skate so well? What's the difference? What does he do?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. He's just so explosive, and he can be standing still and then at full speed in 2 strides. So it's
Is that born? Are you born into that, or you learn that? How does that happen?
I think definitely some of it is family genetics, whatever it might be.
Genetics, fellas.
He yarps about DNA
all about genetics.
all the time. Man. It's a
It's
DNA
not my
game.
genetics.
But not to take away from how hard Cale works as well. I mean, he's an extremely hard-working guy. He's working on his craft all the time in the gym, on the ice. So he's definitely earned it, and we're all so happy and proud of him.
But it's like Eddie Van Halen playing the guitar, rest his soul. I mean, I could play for the next 30 years and never get as good as him, right? I mean, guys can hire the best skating coaches on planet Earth, and you'll never be able to work the edges the way he does, right?
100%.
It's just crazy.
I agree. Yeah, sometimes it's just like that. I mean, you look at Nate too. Like, no matter how long I play hockey for, I'll never be able to skate like Nate. So
you were at the charity golf thing the other day, right?
Yeah.
When you guys all went and closed the doors to the pro shop,
Yeah, what was going on?
was that a conversation about Nate's contract? Did you guys find out that's what it was, or what was that little close? If it wasn't that, they would have to tell us. But is that what it was?
No, it was just like they closed the door and we all stand in there, and like they introduce us as we come.
I got you.
So,
I got
yeah.
you. How did you guys find out then that Nate signed the contract? Did you guys find out with everybody else, or did you know before the tournament started?
I heard like a little bit before, like
Gotcha.
just in the morning there, I heard that Nate had signed, and I didn't know any of the details or anything, but I was just obviously happy that Nate got locked up and he got that done, because he deserves it. At anybody, he put so much into his job, so it's awesome to see.
But as a young guy, knowing that he's here, your captain's here, Miko, okay, all this kind of stuff, and you have an opportunity to continue to win for a long time, that's gotta be cool for you, saying, you know what, drafted by the Avalanche, want to be an Avalanche, know that we're going to be good for many years to come, and you're going to be a huge part of that.
Yeah, it's very cool. I mean, a lot of guys that I was drafted with, some of my buddies were drafted to teams that definitely weren't in this position. So I'm definitely very lucky and very grateful for where I am. I mean, it worked out really well for me.
I was testing yesterday. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. No, it was good. It's nice to get it out of the way, though, for sure.
By the way, our producer Marty sent us the video of you not able to find the stage. I don't know if you've seen this video yet, but you just randomly walking around the streets of Denver.
Oh wait, I know you got to get out of here, but one thing real quick: when you hopped off the truck, and the police officer's like, "Hey, little kid, get back in the crowd," did you convince him, or did somebody else have to convince them that no, this is a very good player on the team?
I think once I kind of said like, "Oh, I'm a player. I play on the team," and then a bunch of fans started yelling, and then he kind of figured it out. But I feel bad for him because he's just trying to do his job, and now he's getting razzed.
Here comes number 4 just walking out, high-fiving the crowd like he jumped over the railing or something, right?
Yeah,
And he's on his bike. He's just trying to do his gig.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, my man, you gave us the best combination of fun and skill and talent and everything in between, man. What a run. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.